What's up, guys? Welcome back to It's Me Tinks Live, exclusively on Radio Andy, Channel 102. As always, this is our weekly time to talk to each other with a live Ask Me Anything. I want to talk to all of you right now, so call me. It's 844-305-ANDY. That's 844-305-2639. Good morning. Happy AMA Wednesday. Welcome back, everybody. It feels like back to school. It feels like end of summer. It feels like beginning of fall, and I'm so excited to be back with you. I think we're going to have an incredible fall together. It is the start of Fuck It We Ball Fall, and I will be rolling out instructions, a manual this Friday for Fuck It We Ball Fall, and drum roll please, phone free fall. More on that on Friday, but seriously, we're gonna have an amazing fall. I had a little bit of a wobbly on Monday because I came back to the city on Sunday night, and it was like obviously a holiday Monday, and I just like I'm not in the mood to be alone right now, and I think it's okay. I've talked to several of my friends about this, and well, Peg thinks that there's something wrong with me. He's like, you got to talk to your therapist about that. So I don't know why I gave him that low smoker's voice, but he was like, you have to talk to your therapist about it. This is really weird that you don't like to be alone. But I'm just like in a mood where I just want to be with people. And I was like wandering around the city by myself on Monday. I don't know. I think what it is it reminds me of when the first time I lived in New York. And if you guys have been listening and following me for a while, you know that I had a very hard time when I first lived in New York. I felt really lost and I felt lonely because I was in grad school. So I was like, and I was freelance working. So I just spent a lot of time alone. And I think it kind of brings me back to that place. So yeah, I had a little bit of a wobbly, but I think I just need to get into Fuck It We Ball Fall, phone free fall, and then we're gonna be great. I got anti-ghost texted. I just think it's good to share so you guys know that it happens to everybody, even me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually really relieved because I was gonna slow fade that one. I thought it was gonna be okay to, and I'm not saying that to be like I have the last laugh. I'm really not. I think it was just a mutual thing. Like there was literally zero chemistry. There was more chemistry between this chair and the wall than there was between me and this guy. But he was very sweet. So I prefer it. I prefer getting a text. Then you're not, it's not awkward. It's not confusing. Whatever. But I do need advice from everyone in the studio. So, okay, I'll just talk about myself for 5 minutes and then we'll get to the calls. I met this guy, this is a different guy that I'm talking about. I met this guy, this is why I'm hungover today, because I had 14 pina coladas last night. I met him 7 years ago, maybe.
Wait, go back. Pina coladas?
Yeah, it's
14?
Steve, it's Fuck It We Ball Fall, okay?
That's hangover. You literally knew you were going to be, you pre-hangovered. You knew you were going to be hungover.
I know, but it was just when you get on a thing and you're like, yeah, I guess we're drinking pina coladas tonight. Anyway, I had a lot of them. And okay, we met 7 or 8 years ago. We did go on a date. I think I basically forced him to take me on a date 7 or 8 years ago. We never kissed. And we went to dim sum one time. I remember that. And he said last night that he remembered that I talked about how puffy I was going to be a lot the next day. Girls, don't do that. Don't talk about that shit. That's how lost I was in my 20s, is that I would talk on the date about how I was going to be so puffy from all the sodium tomorrow. Don't do that. Anyway, every year and a half to 2 years, we run into each other. We go for drinks or we catch up and it's fun and nothing ever happens. But I kind of always had a crush on him and I couldn't tell if he was mysterious or boring. You know when that happens where you're like, I don't know if you are withholding because you have this dark gooey center or because you just literally don't have anything else to say.
Yeah,
whatever.
Or you're a dud.
So okay, last week I saw him in the West Village and I called him. Thank God he picked up because I was with my friend. That would be so embarrassing if he was looked at his phone and put it in his pocket. And I was like, hey, and he came over and I was like, hey, how are you? And we were joking oh, it's time for our 2-year check-in or whatever. And so last night he makes the reservation. We go to drinks. We had 2 drinks at the first place. He pays for drinks. He was telling me that he's an investor in this restaurant. And I was like, oh my God, that sounds awesome. And he's like, well, let's go now. And we'll have more pina coladas and we can get dinner and whatever. And if it was a date, which I don't think it would have been amazing. Meaning we had an amazing, funny time together. We were laughing, it was cool. And he paid for dinner and wouldn't let me pay. And then when we were getting in the cab, I almost thought he was going to kiss me, but he didn't. And I'm just wondering what your read is on that. Like, maybe he just doesn't find me hot, but we talked about dating. It was like a little flirty. He's not dating anyone. He barely dates, blah, blah, blah. And then I was going to text him something this morning, but he already texted me and he goes, last night was very fun. However, I've never been so hungover from just 3 drinks.
It sounds like a date. Oh.
Yeah.
It sounds like a date to me.
That sounds like a date to me, and the guy just didn't make a move, which is
Do you think he's just shy?
I think he's scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm with Chris.
Because he's always reached out over the years and been like, yeah,
Without that text, I had a lot of fun last night. I've never been so hungover. I would have maybe thought different, but I think he's into you and just didn't make a move.
And I think it's kind of always been that way because I think I can be not flirty even though I'm flirty in my head. I actually had a weird, this is bad to admit, a fantasy that I would.
Oh no.
I can't remember
No,
this one.
okay, girls will understand this. I mean, I actually recently asked Cliff this, and apparently boys don't do this. You know how when you're falling asleep, you have like going to sleep fantasies,
Yes.
and they're not like sexual always, but they're just like
Scenarios
You
that
like
you
make
come
a
up with.
scenario,
Yeah, yeah,
and then
yeah.
you like play. You're like, oh, which one should I have tonight? I had like a really long term one about this guy. This is really bad to admit. Oh my god. But whatever. I like really had a crush on him for a while, and then I was like, okay, this guy just doesn't like me. He never made a move. But it's also possible that I'm not flirty and that I'm intimidating and whatever. So what can I say that is like we should do?
I think bringing it up on live radio is a good. We can clip this. We can get
We'll
this to
just
him.
clip this and send it to
Yo,
him.
man, go for it.
No, I look ugly today. I looked so hot last night. That's why it was extra good because I feel like when I met him, I also I don't know why I brought this up on the date as well, but I was like, no, I was ugly when you met me, and he was like, really? I don't remember that. You always were hot to me, and I was like, okay.
He definitely likes you.
So this is a date.
Can
I don't know if it's a date.
I think that you need to go out again and don't bring up anything or don't encourage. Like, see if he makes a move. If he doesn't make a move again,
But how can I make it flirty? Like, how can I be like, should I be like, I had a lot of fun too, and I think we should see each other before 2 years, like, because that was our joke.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's cute, right?
Yeah.
I think maybe he's just shy. He's a very like stoic man, even though he's a Cancer. And then we got in a fight. Well, we didn't, but he was like, I was like, oh, you're a Cancer, but you're so stoic, and he was like, yeah, because that's not real, Tinx. And I was like,
Oh.
what?
I mean,
Don't
no, I
don't
won't.
say anything.
I kind of love that he doesn't believe in that kind of stuff.
He's very stoic. He's very like, but he's very warm as well. So
How about like
I don't know.
date 3 question mark and call it a date? Be like date 3 before 2028 question mark.
Oh God. Oh my God.
Why don't you just call it a day? Who cares?
Because I'm scared.
What are you scared of?
The same thing he is.
Yeah.
Like, he definitely wouldn't have like spent the time to like take you to one of the restaurants that he like to try to impress you
Yeah.
and take you to his second place.
Yeah, I know. The
I mean, that
second
is, like-
location does seem
yes,
like, and
right?
he paid for both of them. And also, it's like you don't have a catch up with someone at 7:30, with over drinks.
It was a date.
Oh,
so
yeah.
now that you've accepted that it was a date, that you went on a really cute date last night.
Yeah.
Let's just talk it through as if you were to send a flirty text to any other guy that you went on a cute date with.
Can-
I know.
Can we also? I think you're onto something and you're skipping, or Lauren's onto something and we're skipping over it. If I'm going out with a pal,
Yeah.
it's 5 p.m.
It's 5
drinks.
p.m. Or it's a
not-
coffee.
or it's coffee, or
Right.
it's lunch, or
And
it's
it's
an
a
early
one and
dinner.
done, like a one
Yeah.
spot. and
Yes.
done.
Yes.
It's not a 7 whatever with a secondary location.
It's not 15 pina coladas.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that much.
I know.
I'm more worried about your blood sugar.
I am
Yeah,
too.
I'm a
Yeah.
little worried. We're getting a doctor in. We're going to give you a physical live on the air.
Okay, let's take a call and then we'll ruminate on what I should text back.